Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel Tomcat Stitchery. I'm Whitney and today I'm here with my May Destashify makes in fabric haul. The fabric haul is sitting behind this dress here. I realize it's not May. Everything kind of got pushed. I like to do my Destashify videos at the very end of the month, and with the chorus release on Friday with Love Notions, Me Made May Roundup, which is actually going to be on Friday, I had to shuffle a lot of videos around. And anyway, the Destashify got pushed to the beginning of June. I apologize. June's will be at the end of the month. So I apologize that this got pushed. But we're here today to talk about my two makes that I made for May, and then the fabric haul that I grabbed for May as well. So things that I'll be making up in June. Okay. Okay, we have a lot to discuss. Number one, because there's a lot of fails. If you guys, excuse her, if you guys watched my video, not the Friday we just had, but the Friday before that, I was talking about sojo and how to get our sojo back. And I had mentioned that I had some fails, and that was absolutely making up these Destashify makes. I am coming out on the other side, I will say. Starting to get my creativity back a little bit. It's all very interesting. I noticed this time last year, or maybe a month later in the year, so maybe like end of June, beginning of July last year, I hit a wall as well, like a real low, creative time, a little bit of burnout, all that kind of stuff. I don't know if it's because I just go so hard at the end of the school year and then, just kind of hit a wall, or what the deal is there. But I'm wondering if this is like my trend. And if so, maybe I need to adjust my work schedule and life a little bit to accommodate that, to give myself some grace during these months. Especially because it is summertime and my kids are out of school now. And I really only have this summer and next summer. And then the summers after that will probably be filled with college internships and that sort of thing, which is crazy and weird to think about. But anyway, lest I digress. I maybe need to give myself a little bit more grace, because I was forcing myself to be down there, and sometimes that can be good. But I just had a lot of misses. So for the first thing, and we'll talk about this dress first. For the first miss, you're going to notice on the thumbnail, you only see me in the tempo here in this dress, because this beautiful pattern Scout Vivy dress does not fit me. Okay, so this is, like I said, the pattern Scout Vivy dress. It's a top and dress. I made the sleeveless version. It has this wonderful little camp collar, so it's like a flat collar. There's not a collar stand. So it lays back really beautifully. I thought it would just be so nice with this fabric. I think that it is really nice with this fabric. It's just a very tailored, it's got a center back seam here that makes everything fit really, really well. I like the midi length skirt. I got a second mannequin too. This is a new mannequin that this gal's on. One of my friends gave it to me because she didn't want it in her sewing room anymore. And she doesn't have a bra on. She just has the mannequin size boobs, which is why this is deflating. It does look better on a body, but it is way too tight for me. So what happened? Well, because I picked my size based on my, this pattern Scout comes with cup sizes, and I always make the D cup size pretty much in any pattern company. I'm making the D cup because I do have a 4-inch difference between my upper bust and full bust. And so I picked my size based on my full bust measurement for the D cup, and I didn't look at the finished measurements, and I should have looked at the finished measurements because I should have gone up one size, maybe two. So I can button this dress. It does button, but the gaping is comical. So it is not, there is zero ease. I have zero ease at the bust. And I'm not really sure what happened. Now, there's not a ton of ease that's built into this pattern. I can't remember off the top of my head what it is. And I know better, and I should have looked at the finished measurements because I know better. And I just got finished teaching a fitting class. My fitting class that I offer twice a year literally was wrapping up as I was making this. So it's at the forefront of my mind. So I absolutely should have known better, but I was going quickly and I was so concerned about pattern matching, which I think I did a wonderful job on, if I do say so myself. I have a little jog here where this doesn't line up, but this one lines up really well. And honestly, because there's darts in the bodice, it wasn't going to line up anyway, like past the dart. So that's why that doesn't line up. I could have made that line up better, but you know, I digress. I was so concerned about that I didn't, I guess, pay much attention to the fitting. So I really love this dress. And again, when it's on, I think when it fits me, it's going to look really great and be a really wonderful dress. It just doesn't fit me right now. Again, I can get it buttoned, but it gapes badly between all of the buttons from like here to here. And then it's fine from waist down, but from like waist, it pulls at the waist. From waist to the top here, it is pulling badly. So I am going to put this into my closet. It's not going to go anywhere because I really do love the fabric and I love the dress. As you all know, I am actively working out right now and have been since, end of January, beginning of February, like very regularly. And we're making fantastic progress on, we're working out for our health, my friend and I. We're working out for bone strength and, lifting heavy and trying to give ourselves a good chance at a great old lady body one day. And really, take care of what we've got, which is the whole point of the working out. But I have hopefully that there is some fat reduction, slimming down. I don't want to trigger anyone or myself, really. Don't want to really trigger myself because that's not what it's about. So what my plan is I'm going to leave it in my closet. And if it does fit me by the end of the summer, great. I'll save it and wear it next summer. If I can stay consistent and keep my weight fluctuates wildly a lot just because of my autoimmune disease. But if I can, if it can be at least in the range of my fluctuations, it will stay in my closet. But if at the end of the summer, it still does not look good, I don't want a reminder. I don't want any kind of negative juju in my closet. So it will be donated, which is too bad because it's a really beautiful dress. So that's what I'm going. I'll hang on to it till the end of the summer. And if it does fit me, even if it's starting to fit better and I'm like on the right track, I will. But again, if my body is just hitting a point where this is just me and this is where I am healthy, then I don't need this in my closet telling me that I'm less than. So it'll go. But that is the plan. We're going to keep it, see how the summer goes with the workouts, with, been trying to eat cleaner, that kind of thing. We'll just see how things turn out. So unfortunately, I'm not going to show this to you on me because it is not good. So we'll just wait and see. Now, this dress, on the other hand, this turned out to be a win, but let's talk about the path that we took to get here. I was going to make, if you watched the video on my plans for these two fabrics, I was going to make the seam work Dara blouse, which is a very simple, beautiful bohemian style blouse. It's got a raglan sleeve, gathers at the neck, into a beautiful binding, and the sleeves go into a binding, just a real loose shirt. So great for like tucking, similar to the Rhapsody I'm wearing, just a very comfortable loose top. And one of the versions has insertion lace that goes in there. And when I ordered this fabric from the seller, I got some lace that came in colors that matched this fabric. I got a red and a green. Anyway, there's no excuses. Like I was trying to rush, trying to hurry through. I wasn't taking my time. I mean, that is just what it all boils down to. So I made the first front with the insertion lace, with the green lace, and I was still kind of trying to like figure it out and make it look good. I was trying to do the insertion lace the way that they were doing it, and it just wasn't, I don't know. And maybe my lace wasn't wide enough. Maybe I needed wider lace so that I'd have more fabric to play with in the back, with serging and stuff like that, to then get things to fold back nicely and not show through to the insertion lace. I understand how to do insertion lace when you're doing it like by hand, but anyway, I was trying to do it the way that the patterns. And I got the front, or maybe it was the back, I can't remember, done with the green, and it was okay. But I'm like, it's the back, it'll be fine. We'll try again here on the front. and then realized I didn't even have enough of the green lace left to do one side of the front, let alone both sides of the front. So I was like, oh my gosh, why did I not check that before I started sewing? Why? I don't know. So then Ginny suggested, so that's when I, in frustration, left the sewing room. Ginny was in the workroom to show her what I had done. And as I was exiting, I kicked my son's weight bench that's outside my sewing room door and broke my pinky toe. Again, the same one that I broke last summer or the summer before. I can't remember. Same one. It's still painful. I mean, what can you do with a broken pinky toe? Not much. Just tape your toes together. That's really all you can do. So also lesson learned. Don't be stomping around your basement barefoot mad because you could trip over weights and break a toe. But anyway, so then her suggestion was, okay, because I was like, it's going to be weird if I use a different colored lace, because then I checked the other lace and I had about the same amount, so not enough to do all 4 pieces of insertion. She's like, yes, that would look weird. She's like, what if you just did the lace on the front and then left the back solid? I'm like, okay, that works. So then I started doing it again, and I was going to film a tutorial for you guys and everything, and I just couldn't get it to look good. And I got very frustrated. And I did not film anything for you all about this because I am not an expert on how to do the insertion lace. And I just want to, I'm telling you all this to know that we all have those times where we have boo-boos and things get frustrating. So this is what it kind of looks like, which it looks fine from afar. This is the front of that pattern, but like this insertion lace isn't going to stay because it's just basted. And then when I was trying to do the top stitching on there, I played around with like a zigzag top stitching, and that didn't look very good. So you really need straight for anyway. It was just one thing. I couldn't get it to look good. So I decided to scrap it. Thankfully, I had a ton of this fabric. And at the time when I was scrapping this was when Tammy from Love Notions was saying that she was releasing a sleeve pattern to go with the tempo. Yeah, the tempo. To go with the tempo. So if you were watched on Friday, the tempo was the Feature Friday pattern for last Friday, the Friday we just had. And she released a free, like an add-on little sleeve pattern to go with it. If you already own the tempo, it's already, it just automatically showed up in your, the drive. Like if you click on the pattern you've already bought, it'll pull up the sleeve pattern with the instructions. So I'm like, okay, I would like to try this out because I love the tempo. I've made it twice. I would like to try it out, and I would like to see if I like the sleeves. I do. I think it's very cute. So luckily I had enough fabric. I mean, I did have to cut into the sleeves that I'd already cut for this, and I'd already cut a solid back that had to get cut into as well. So this is the only scraps that I have left because I wanted to keep this to show you that I did try with the insertion lace. It just didn't look good. So all that to say is I decided to use this beautiful rayon for the Love Notions Tempo sundress, and I did the little sleeve add-on. And I wasn't sure if I would like the puff sleeve. You could not, do the elastic and make it more of a flutter sleeve. Like that would absolutely be adorable. But I just really wanted to try. I really liked Tammy's version, and I wanted to try it on just to try it. And I think it's really cute. I think it's a really cute, like something different. So I did put the pockets on this. I made the long length with the ruffle at the bottom. And if you guys did see Friday's video, I did show this dress already, but I'll show it again because this was Feature Friday pattern on Friday. Also, the back of this has got a shirred panel here, which is shirring is when you're using the elastic thread in the top, and then you've got, or in the bottom, the bobbin thread, and then you're using regular thread on the top, and it makes it stretchy. So you get the stretch, the fitting. Now, this pattern does come with a back where you can just put, I don't know, it's like 5 or 6 lines of elastic instead. So channels, basically, if you are uncomfortable about doing shirring. But I do have a shirring video already on the channel. I'll link it in the description box below. And if you are a newsletter subscriber, if you're not, go subscribe. We've got a lot of goodies that come with the newsletter and everything else. But we've started putting in a tutorial of the week. So these are tutorials that are older that maybe you've forgotten about, or maybe you're newer to the channel and you just never saw them the first time around. But we're just highlighting a tutorial of the week, something you could go back and watch. But I do have the shirring tutorial, and so that was in the newsletter, but I'll also pop it in the description box of this video if it's something that you are nervous about trying. It's actually really fun and kind of zen. I actually really enjoy doing it. So that's the only tricky part about this pattern, to be honest. And really putting the sleeves in was pretty easy. It did take a little bit longer to do this dress because of the sleeves, but I mean, nothing horrible. And I put the pockets in because I do enjoy a good tempo with the pockets. So I'm very pleased with how this fabric ended up, that it did end up in something wearable. And one of the things that I said in my how to get your Sojo back video was to make something in a fabric you love that you knew would be a win, like a pattern that you've made before. It's worked really well for you, and to try that and make to help get your creative juices flowing again. This was my palette cleanser because I made the tempo before a couple of times. I think I was even wearing my most current one, which is a cotton sateen one that I made with Minerva fabric. I think it was last summer, actually. Anyway, I was actually wearing it and I'm like, okay, I love this pattern. It's a great little summer sundress. So yeah, let's go ahead and make this out of this rayon and see how it goes. And I think it works. And I think that the puff sleeves work. If I were making this out of a cotton lawn or a cotton sateen, I think that there would be a lot more fullness to the puff sleeve, and I don't know that I would like that on my body as much because I can go top heavy really easily. Now, if you're a pear shaped or you want your upper body to appear bigger, something with more body is a fantastic choice. But for me, having a little bit more drape in my fabric is what I can still kind of get that puff sleeve look, but without it being too puffy and making me look too top heavy. So, and this is a fuller skirt. That does help balance my hips. Helps my hips balance my upper body to make me look a little bit more in proportion, but it's all, it's all illusion. Trying to play with making it all work out to the best. So this did turn out well, even though I can't wear this dress right now, but yeah, that is the win. Okay, I'm gonna move these mannequins out of the way real quick, and then we're gonna talk about the fabric I've got behind this gal, and we will go through my plans for June. Okay. So in May, I purchased 4 fabrics, and these are all going to become well, not all of them. We'll talk about why. Become garments in June. So I have 3 garments that I'm going to be making, and then we'll talk about this 4th fabric as well. Also, this seller put a little goodie and put some more lace in here. I'm not going to mess this lace up. And some little buttons and some stickers and stuff. I'm actually thinking about decorating my industrial machine with some stickers. Sewing stickers as I come across them, the little vinyl stickers, just to, I don't know, we decorate in my house, we decorate our water bottles and stuff with the stickers, and our coolers, and I think that's kind of fun. So maybe I'll start doing that on my industrial machine. I don't know, we'll see. Anyway, a fun little packet, and there's like a little, like an eyelet lace trim that's in here, and then some lace that's very similar to the lace that I boogered up for the previous month. But I'm going to put that in the stash for later. And maybe I'll figure out insertion lace at some point. We'll see. All right. And 2 of these fabrics you saw, if you watched my summer capsule wardrobe plans, 2 of these fabrics you've already seen, and this is one of them. This is a really pretty, like, ivory eyelet. I don't know if the pattern is going to come across on camera or not. That may be a little too dark, but it's a really pretty, just a cotton eyelet. It's got a really pretty pattern to it. Maybe if I hold it up with the light behind it, you'd be able to see it better. There we go. That's easier to see, isn't it? Anyway, I want to make the cashmerette briarwood top. This was May's pattern of the month. So if you're an all access member, you can get access to May's pattern if you haven't already. But if not, you needed to have had the any of the other levels of the membership last month in order to get this shirt. But it's just a really pretty kind of bohemian style top. And I just want to make a short sleeve version. I've seen a couple people have turned it into a dress, which is really cute. I think I want to keep mine as a top, and I'm going to keep it cropped, which means like high hip, No midriffs are going to be shown. But I had done a sew the look, or my ready to wear, match the ready to wear to patterns, also a couple weeks ago. And I did the Briarwood top to a slip skirt. I mean, that model has like quite a bit of stomach showing. We're not going that route. But I thought this could be really cute with like a little summery skirt, even if it's not bias cut slip skirt. I mean, I could wear it with my bias cut slip skirt. I could make another bias cut slip skirt at some point this summer, or I could wear it with my caprice, my Love Notion caprice skirt that I've already made, and then I'm planning on making a linen one as well this summer, if you saw that video. But I want to do the short sleeved, and I want to make it kind of cropped. I think this would just be a really fun summery top, something kind of different and beyond my normal just like blouses, which I love. But this has just a little bit more details, which I don't often go for, but I'm interested in trying this. And I think I've got cotton lawn I know I do, cotton lawn in my stash that I can use to line the bodice pieces and then leave my sleeves and stuff unlined so you can see through the eyelet. Okay, next up is this French terry. This has very minimal stretch to it. And I need to wash all these fabrics, but I think I want to make kind of a bateau style neckline with this, boat neck. They aren't technically the same thing. There is a little bit of difference. But yeah, I'm thinking of doing the Liesl & Co. Maritime Knit Tee in the short sleeve version. So it's a dolman style sleeve. So it's got just like basically a grown on sleeve. The short sleeve version really is just a little grown on sleeve. And I think I'm going to make this out of that. Number one, it makes pattern matching really easy. You don't have to match any sleeve stripes because it just goes off the shoulder. Yeah, if there's enough stretch. I need to check the pattern. I've made them before, both the long sleeve and the short sleeve version of that pattern, but I do need to check because my guess is this is 100% cotton and there's no spandex in it. So we've got some stretch and recovery, but not much. It's just mechanical because it's 100% cotton. But if it works, if the pattern says the stretch percentage I have works, I think that could be really good. If not, I will do some searching and some kind of, and maybe I just size up. I don't know. I'll look. But make some kind of bateau or boat neckline top. So kind of a Breton style top and this really fun kind of turquoisey blue and ivory. Okay, we'll come back to this one. All right, now this fabric had caught my eye the time before when I was ordering. Look at this print. Isn't it beautiful? And I love this color of orange. It's a very clear orange. It almost goes salmon-y, so there's a little bit of pink kind of in that orange. I love the floral print on this. Now this is a cotton, but it is, it's a woven cotton. It's not a cotton piqué, but it's not a super thick cotton. So, in fact, I don't know, this may have been home dec fabric, actually, at some point. I'm going to wash it, see what happens. But I want to do a little bit more structured dress in this, and the seam work pattern, gosh, it may have been April, one of the April patterns, and I do have a 50% off seam work patterns membership, so you can get 50% off the membership. I'll link that down below if you're interested. But you get credits. You get 2 credits each month, so you can use those credits on any of the patterns in their entire catalog. I've been a member of that club since the very beginning, so I have all the patterns. But anyway, the slum dress was released, I think in April. It's a newer one. And I just think it's got a bubble sleeve on it, which again, I was just talking about how I don't want to go too big with my sleeves. And this may completely throw my proportions off because it is a straighter skirt, but I also really love that dress that I made for my cousin's wedding for Italy last year. And it has a real voluminous sleeve, even with like sleeve heads and stuff in it, like a bubbly sleeve. And I really like that dress. Now it does fill out in the bottom, so it kind of keeps me proportioned. So we'll see. But I just thought that dress had a lot of really interesting style lines. Like it's got some darts and tucks and stuff to give the shape of the dress. And then with a little bit of a bubble sleeve. I don't know. I thought it could be a really fun dress. Something that is a little bit, like not something I would wear necessarily just like any day of the week. But it could be fun for church. It could be fun for, I don't know, if we get invited to any type of like a party or I don't know anyone getting married, so there won't be invited to any weddings right now, but or having babies. So like there's not going to be any baby showers or wedding showers or anything, but something along those lines. If we get invited or I want to dress up just a little bit more, I just thought this would be a lot of fun. So I'm going to be making that dress out of this. And what I love is their curvy size range. So I am, what am I? I'm a 12 in their patterns. And the curvy size goes from a 12 to a 28, I believe. Their regular size range is a 00 to a 16. So my size falls in both the ranges, but the curvy size range drafts for a double D cup. The regular size range drafts for a C cup. And I know this because it says right there on their sizing chart. But when I do the curvy size range, I don't have to do any kind of full bust adjustment, which is wonderful. Which makes using my projector really easy. Now I do have to shorten seamwork patterns in a few places because they draft for like I think a 5'9" body. I think the curvy range is for 5'9" and the regular 5'8" maybe. Anyway, much taller than I am. I am only 5'2". So I have to take quite a bit of length out in a few different places, but I know how to do that digitally. And they've got really good projector files. I've really enjoyed using their projector files. So I think this is going to be something fun and interesting and different to make. And that was another tip for getting back your Sojo, was to challenge yourself. And so I think that could be a lot of fun. And then finally, I just grabbed this cotton. It's like I think it was listed as a quilting cotton, but it really is quite soft. Like I guess I would call it a quilting cotton. Anyway, I just thought the stripes on it were really pretty. I think I only have like a yard of it here. It's all the different colored stripes, but I grabbed it because I thought it would be a lot of fun as bias tape. I thought that if I, can get myself in a mood to cut out a whole bunch of bias tape, that this would just be really fun bias tape to have just in my stash for like necklines or armholes or hems of button-up shirts. I've kind of blown through my stash. I had made a whole bunch just, as I finished a project, I would use the rest of the scraps and make bias tape out of them. I just kind of got out of that habit because I made so much. But I thought that this would make a fun little bias addition if I can get myself in the mood to do that. So this I bought kind of for my stash for right now, but that is why I bought it, was with the intention of making some cotton bias tape that I can use just to have on hand. So, and I like a good stripe cut on the bias. I think that's kind of fun. It reminds me of candy. So there we have it. Those are the 4 fabrics I grabbed, and hopefully I'll get 3 garments cut out of those and be all set and ready, really getting a good start on my summer wardrobe. There's a few other things that are on my list that I want to make. I think I have like 7 or 8 things that I wanted to make this summer. One of which is a jacket that'll be the last thing I make because I will wear that into the fall. But yeah, I've got that green linen. Yeah, there's sewing that I want to do. Right now, I am trying to find a bikini top that works for my daughter because she's got a good buddy that has a pool in her backyard. And the plan was to get a group of their friends together like once a week just to lounge in the pool, hang out, just the group of them. And she does not currently have a bathing suit that fits her. She is impossible to buy bathing suits in the store just because of her chest. Bottoms, we're good. But it is the top. So when you're an only 30-inch band size, but a very large cup size, it can make bathing suits a real problem to make those modest, number one, to where they aren't falling out of things. So anyway, I bought her a couple of, I bought a sports bra pattern actually that we're just going to make out of swimsuit fabric to see if that works. It's got some cool crisscross strapping on the back that might be kind of fun as a swimsuit top. And then we have one that's actually a swimsuit top that has a whole bunch of cup sizes. So we're going to see if we can get that one to work for her. But I have so much swimsuit fabric that we're going to kind of play around with it. And those tops don't take a ton of fabric. So see if we can find something. So that is also on my cutting table right now. We need to figure that out sooner rather than later because swim time is starting now. And she has 0 swimsuits she can currently wear. So that is kind of coming to the top of things that have to be done sooner rather than later. So that's what I'm doing right now. What is on your all's cutting tables at the moment, or on your machines, or are you getting ready to work on? I hope you're getting some sewing in this week. I'll be back on Friday for a little bit of a Me Made May roundup. I had some realizations during May and during Me Made May, and kind of, yeah, some thoughts on my wardrobe as we're continuing my style journey a little bit, kind of what those thoughts are. And yeah, I'll be waxing poetic about that on Friday. So yeah, make sure you hit that subscribe button if you haven't already so that you don't miss any of the fantastic content we have coming your way. All right, that's all I have for today. Get some sewing in this week, and I'll see you guys again on Friday. Bye.